A very good afternoon. Mama Toro, Glasgow, Scotland. Very good afternoon. It's Tuesday afternoon. Mama Watoro is here. So, hey. I usually record. I prefer recording outdoors. So, there's a thing about recording outdoors. Where we stay, we have neighbors. And the way our houses are positioned, our fences are not that high. So, usually when you're on video, the neighbors will be seeing you as they walk in and out. So it's a bit difficult to be free. But right now I'm recording indoors because the weather has changed. Yeah, the temperatures are dropping and we're in the middle of autumn. Winter is coming soon. Mama is here, so I want to talk about something. Hey, being a mom, a mom to a teenager anywhere in the world is stressful. No one told me about it. I think I was a late bloomer. I was so naive about so many things and it took me a while to catch up. So I finally caught up when I was in university. So at that point, I was not with my parents, so I take care of myself. But I believe I had been given all the necessary tools that enabled me to live an independent life as a late bloomer. So raising my teenager. So I have a teen, my daughter is just turned 16. Oh, 16! And as a parent, I am learning every day that I am different from my child. I am not my child and my child is not me. So the way I was raised, it's not the same way I'm going to raise my child. That as a person, the things that was passed on to me by my father, by my mother, my parents, and it's the only way that I know. But I read a lot. I watch a lot of videos, YouTube, every other thing. I'm constantly filling myself with knowledge. So it hit me, my child. I could say that my daughter was a late bloomer as well. So she was pretty much calm for a teenager. But then she's turned 16 and she moved to this country when she was 15. She moved from Kenya, Africa, to Scotland. And so there was the first few weeks or months of being shy and, being indoors and just hanging out with mama, wanting to hold on to your mom's, clothing as you move around. And then voila, she finally made friends and she settled in. She goes to high school here. So she, eventually you start adopting the ways of a people if you live with people. And so that's where I am with my mom. With my momming, being a mom of a teenager. So my teenager is, of course, experimenting with her independence because we come from a culture where we are pretty much, the parent ndio kusema. Your parents tell you whatever it is that they want you to do. It's a bit one-sided the way we were raised. Parents are the voice and the children follow the rules. Parents say whatever it is, if you don't want to call them rules. They give you guidance and we did not really question. Well, sometimes we tried to, but if you had the balls, but we really didn't question authority. So coming from that background where I pretty much was an agreeable child and I listened to my parents and I followed most of the rules, I was an easy teenager. Then to relocating in Europe where children have voices and there's freedom, God forbid, especially during summer. Oh, I'm so glad summer is gone and over and done with because summer was hard. Yeah, summer was tough. Having a teenager and they're not going to school and they have all this freedom and they have all these things going on all over the place because that was around the end of lockdown. So the shops and the malls and every other thing was opening up. And I have a young teenager here who wants to discover places with her mates. She has friends and they want to go to all these places. And suddenly, your African antenna, your African mom antenna, that's standing up like this, and you're like, you can't do this, you can't go there. The way we were raised, we didn't even have curfews. I was writing about this on my Facebook page today. There was no need for curfews because we just didn't go to people's houses or we did not go places without permission. God forbid, like you didn't even have money, pocket money. Like what did you need money for? So we had food, everything was provided. So unless, I remember that the few times that I held money was maybe when we had a funeral in school and then my parents would give me money to go and pay for the funeral. So for whoever had passed on of their parents. So money was not something that we had. But here, children have allowances. The transport network system is very good. There's just so much going on in this society. And children want to explore, like I said. So I have a teenager, and a lot of things happen around this. A lot of things happen here, around this place. And I grew up watching a lot of movies. It doesn't even help that I watch a lot of video clips or whatever it is, recordings of things that are happening around the world to teenagers, and it just spooks me out. I think I was being naive for a long time, sheltered me in so many ways, because just things that I could not do. I couldn't even dream of, going places or things. I was just, I was okay being where I was. But now, raising a teenager in Europe, my friend, it's not a joke, because children want to go places, and then you see all these things happening in the news. This week alone, I've read about 2 incidences. One was a girl who was sexually assaulted by 2 teen boys when she was walking down the road to a supermarket. I mean, this is a place that I know. I go there all the time. And then another one was just the other day. A young boy who's about 14 or 15 passed on right in the center of the train station. And I go there all the time. My team goes there as well. So when I see such things, it really worries me. I've seen cases of teenagers have died from taking drugs. Some of these drugs. So some of the drugs, we don't even have them in Kenya, as a teen. Where are you going to get those drugs? Like, I'm not saying that in my country, teenagers don't